So less than $1 per, which is nice.
Is this those new mini maxes? Oh, we're live. Are they the 66-cent ones again?
No, they're the dollar one.
Weird.
So
All right,
they
everybody. We are live. What's going on? Live before lock. Monday, May 20th. Myself, Jake Hari, taking you all the way up to 7:05. This is the first I'm talking about the slate. I'm excited. We just got an ownership update. You told me, correct?
Yes, we just did about 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
And then we just got rankings just now. If you guys heard that, I'll put my computer on sleep mode so you don't hear that annoying click anymore.
I'm going to grab ownership, and then we can dive right in. First and foremost, live before lock is the promo code, 50% off your first month with us. Any monthly package you choose, including packages with Fantasy Cruncher. All you have to do is enter the promo code live before lock. One huge word. All right, it's time to talk, I don't know, everything on this slate. No weather issues, correct?
Yeah, we haven't had any for a while. Like, I think on Saturday we had a minor one, but as far as like in the projections on the site, Alex's projections on the site, there has not been a postponement risk for over a week, maybe like 10 days or so.
Good.
Yeah, it's great.
Let's keep it that way. All right, so let's dive in. Let's talk pitching right off the jump. I have not run a crunch yet today, actually. So that should be fun.
Well, you just play what you play, and there's no biases. You don't have to defend any takes you had this morning. It's a nice way to live.
Yeah, I mean, whether I ran one earlier today or not, it wasn't going to like dictate anything that was happening. I wasn't going to make any changes. Pat Corbin is not the chalk on DraftKings right now. He is the chalk on FanDuel, which isn't terribly surprising, especially with some of the salaries here. 26% going to Corbin, 32 to Chris Paddock now, and 30 to Luke Weaver. What stands out most to you for those three guys in similar ownership here?
I thought I was going to get to a bunch of Corbin. Both Adam and I think thought we were going to get to a lot of him this morning, and I'm getting under 10% of him. Just Paddock and Weaver, like you said, those other two guys are just grading out similarly, and that extra salary on DraftKings especially does make a huge difference tonight, especially when you want to pay up for some of these bats in Texas on both sides. And then I know a lot of people like the Nats. They're kind of mid-priced. Yankees are up there as well, so Astros. So it's just hard to fit in Corbin, I think, with that extra $1,500 or whatever it is.
Are you liking that Weaver play or exposure? Where are you at there? You're not normally a Weaver guy.
I'm not a Weaver guy, but I don't know if we've talked about it, but I've talked about it with maybe Adam and Laffy. He's just missing more bats. He looks like a better pitcher, less overrated, maybe still a little bit overrated, but he's always got these low totals against him no matter where he's pitching, which always trips me up. And that's maybe what has kind of made him a seemingly good play in the past when he hasn't been a guy that's a big strikeout guy. So it's San Diego. I mean, he can get strikeouts here, and he's 8,500, and there's a bunch of guys in this range, but he's kind of standing out for me a little bit.
Okay. He looks reasonable to me. It's weird. I feel like we flipped spots because I was a very big Weaver guy, for most of last year. Now it feels a little bit different. Diamondbacks lineup is out. I just want to make sure that nothing changed, and it changed dramatically. So
what they roll out there?
I don't know. Everybody's name seemed to move when I click the refresh button. I don't typically notice it. I just check to see if any motion happens when I click the refresh button. If it does, then I know I need to make an update. So I have Weaver looking similar to Peacock, a step ahead of J.A. Happ. I don't like that he's getting 30% ownership, but I feel like it doesn't even really matter. All of the ownership is just concentrated to like a similar tier, a similar price style. Guys are either getting owned or not owned. And I know that sounds like a really dumb way to say that, but it's 2, 4, 6, 8 guys in double figures, and then the rest of the guys are like essentially unowned. So I anticipate getting to a little bit of Weaver, but I don't get the sense that I'll be over the field there. My most likely scenario is a lot more of Corbin and Paddock, and then I'm probably going to get to a bit of Mike Minor, and that's the one I want to talk to you about, especially on FanDuel, where Minor is only 8,800. Do you anticipate getting any Mike Minor today?
No, I'm not on DraftKings.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't shock me as much. He's sandwiched in between two guys that are just better options.
So on FanDuel, yeah, that's definitely a more viable option. But like, what about Peacock? You're not getting the Peacock for $1K cheaper? Or?
So that he's next. I love both of those guys as like pay down options on FanDuel. But with Minor being at just 7% ownership, knowing that there's going to be a ton of exposure going to Mariners bats, I know that I'm going to get to a lot of Minor, and he grades out pretty nicely for me. Let me check and see what the boss man has him projected for. Do you have FanDuel projections in front of you from Alex?
I have, here. Minor. He's at 24 fantasy points on FanDuel.
Okay, that scares me.
What do you have him at for yours?
32.2.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's quite the gap.
It is quite the gap. It's giving me a bit of pause right now.
That's like a full extra inning, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Just a guy that I'm interested in. I like the strikeout upside. I'm willing to go, especially with the Mariners being popular. It makes me interested. I wish that he wasn't priced so stupidly on DK, and I could get to some there. But the fact that he's not as the second most expensive pitcher today is just, it's not really appetizing for me.
Yeah. Wait, what, were you still talking about Minor there for a second?
Yeah, Minor's the second most expensive pitcher on DK.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so he's 9,700. I don't think there's a need for that, even if you are looking for leverage. Like, he's just so expensive, and every dollar matters tonight.
For sure.
It's pretty tight pricing. I think they did a good job on the hitter pricing.
What's your plan for pay down?
There is no plan. That's the problem. So, like, everyone like in this 8K range, I think, is in play, but there's no one that I love outside of maybe Weaver. I'm getting to Darvish. I'm getting to Arrieta, which I hate both of those guys. I'm getting to Happ. I'm not super excited about that. It's just kind of a mix and match here in this 8K range. Didn't really get to much Suarez, which is nice because I don't really believe in him, and I don't think it's a good matchup despite the park and the low total against him. And like, who are you going to play? Like Pena, I guess.
I think I'll end up with a little bit of Suarez, but I might go even lower than that.
Wait, Cashner?
No.
Leak? No.
Yeah.
No, come on.
Yeah.
You're playing Mike Leake.
I might have a little.
Oof.
I'm not saying he's going to be like my second most owned guy or anything, but when I run this crunch, I wouldn't be shocked if I saw 10, 12, something in that neighborhood.
10?
Yeah.
So you're paying the rake tonight for us? Thank God. Not even. Maybe the rake like 5 years ago, but yeah. You're helping us out. Thanks.
Or Mike Leake is the conduit to the mini-max.
I mean,
it's probably not true. It's probably not true.
It's not even like you're getting a big discount on him either. He doesn't miss bats.
No part of it looks great.
Yeah. I would play
Let me be clear. That I'm not going to do.
So you hate Cashner. Like, you think Cashner's never been in play one time the entire last 13 months.
I mean, if they priced him at like 1,000 or something, I would probably get to him.
So disrespectful. Yeah.
Is it disrespectful? What's more likely, that I'm right that he should be priced at 1,000, or that he's out of the league before this season ends?
Those two things are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah. I'm right. I'm just right.
That was a classic fallacy. I don't know which one it is, but maybe a false dilemma, I think.
I don't know.
I had an argumentation class in my senior year of college a couple of years ago. And that was, you just made a false dilemma. So
I don't think
congrats,
I did.
Josh.
I think it's a true dilemma.
Man, got to brush up on my fallacy game. But no, I don't know. I mean, Cashner sucks, right? But
yeah,
there's just no other options down there. And if you're going to go to Leak with the 6 total against him, why don't you just go to a guy who's at home with a better chance of a win? Going up against a watered down Yankees lineup, still no Stanton Judge in there. And then Andahar out as well. So not strikeout upside, but at least the ability to pick up 2-3 strikeouts and get you 5 innings if things break right. Whereas Leak is just atrocious. So
it's not an appealing spot. That's for sure.
Like they could both go negative. That's for sure. So I don't even want to say like Cashner outscores Leak because I think there's a good chance they both go negative. But
any other arms you look at? Are you any interest in fellow Jake Odorizzi?
No, it's just the strikeout matchup's too tough.
Yeah,
there's just like who's he going to strike out there? Angels 14% for the season versus righties, and Odorizzi's been fantastic, but he's another one where all these guys have upside in this range, this 8K range, except for maybe Odorizzi. There's just no strikeouts. You're not playing him, are you?
Odorizzi? No, he does not look all that appealing in any format. I don't know. Is he free on Yahoo? I don't actually know. Nope. He's just bad across the board.
Sure.
Oh man. So who do you expect to be most exposed to pitching?
Paddock by a good margin, actually.
That makes sense to me. I can't disagree with you there. It looks fantastic.
He on the projections on the site, not to give away too much. Let's just say that it's pretty close between Paddock and Corbin, straight up raw points, and Paddock has more raw points projected. So taking the $1,400 discount is pretty nice for me. So, and Corbin's going to be higher owned than him. Is that right?
32-26 Paddock to Corbin in the last update.
32-26. Yeah. Okay.
So it's by all accounts they're basically 30% the same.
Right. So this is another one where I try to think about what I should be looking for as far as like top players are doing going into the slate. So I just like write down a few things. Like I would expect based on this, you're getting Alex Osimo's projections for people that don't know on the website. I'm using those. I'm going to end up with a ton of Paddock. If for some reason he doesn't, I would be very surprised based on what I'm seeing on his projections and the ownerships being relatively similar. So I think there should be a huge spread for him. And if there's not, and I check on lineup study tomorrow morning and he has like 6% Paddock, I'm going to be stumped and I might quit DFS.
Where do you think you're ending up if he's at 32%? Like way above that number?
Yeah, like 70.
Okay.
When I filter out my lineups, I've run 600 a couple times, and you cut down you take away the ones that don't project well. So maybe like the top half, you take away the ones at the top of the ownership spectrum, and then I have another thing I just filter out again. I'm getting like 65-70% Paddock. So yeah.
I don't. It's not that I disagree with you or anything. I was surprised. I'm just surprised to hear that number. But it looks great. Diamondbacks look terrible. You can't beat a 3-run implied total for the Diamondbacks.
For sure.
There's not really a single scary bat in that entire lineup outside of David Peralta or my boy Kettle.
Kettle. Wait, what?
All he does is just hit dongs. Anytime I talk about him, he's fantastic.
Well. Yeah, he hits lefties pretty well.
But yeah, it's a perfect spot for Paddock. It'll be really. So, how under do you think you'll be on Corbin?
I'm getting to like 5%.
Okay, so you'll be watching that Nats start, and if Corbin is mediocre, you're going to be feeling pretty damn good about the late night hammer.
Oh, the late night hammer is the best thing in the world. When you've got the PMRs, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
As far as me watching the start, I've got more important things to be watching tonight than baseball. So if you guys want to join the bracket, Alex posted a tweet for the Bachelorette. I'm in the bracket. I don't know, how many people do we have? Have you joined yet, Josh?
No, I haven't.
Well, you're missing out. I've never played Fantasy Bachelor, but
yeah, neither
sure
have I.
If someone could post the link in chat so we could post it, that would be great. If you don't like the Bachelorette, that's fine. Keep your comments to yourself. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing tonight. I will be checking the scores on my phone, though, for sure.
We got a question from Rodney Washington in YouTube chat, and I just want to hit it. So, Josh and Jake, when you crunch with only an hour before lock, will you trust your process and input what Cruncher pushes out, or will you separate the ones you want to enter manually? I mean, sort of both, but I have this process so set up at this point that I don't really need all that much time to get in what I'm trying to get in. I can probably I talked about it. I think I talked about it on a show recently, but I need like 15 minutes if things are getting really squirrely. And on an 8-game slate, the crunches come out pretty quick. So as long as I can start what I need to do by 6:50, everything that all the work that I've done in the past has set me up to not have to need a lot of time currently.
Yeah, the point is, over the long term, you just trust your process. It's hard with the sport like MLB where the downswings can be crazy, as we know. But yeah, I'm basically doing the same process multiple times throughout the day. And as you get more and more information, if you're using a projection system, or if you have your own, you should be trusting those, I think. And I, of course, trust the ones on the site. So nothing really changes dramatically. Like I'm not going to all of a sudden get 30% White Sox stacks. So that's why I run crunches before, because it's difficult to do that and try to talk at the same time and entertain you guys and give you good information. But I also just want to see kind of where I'm going to be at. And if something sticks out that shouldn't be happening in my crunches, I will just go back and look and start from the beginning. But that's why you leave yourself 15 to 30 minutes. So that's why we usually start at like 6:30 Eastern.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes we're lucky and lineups are just out and it's really easy. Like now we're still waiting on the Braves lineup and we're still waiting on the Padres lineup. And they're like kind of relevant. The Padres in particular, I think, are pretty relevant just because of Weaver's ownership. So knowing how that shakes out will be pretty interesting. I probably won't care all that much about the Braves lineup because for some reason it's like I'm not allowed to get them as a stack. So I don't know what to do with those guys.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk hitting?
Yeah, we could talk hitting.
So I think I know who my most exposed stack is going to be on DraftKings. Do you have any guesses?
Texas? I don't know.
No.
Seattle.
Possibly, but I don't think so. I'll give you the answer. Philadelphia Phillies.
I like it, yeah.
I think that's where I'm going to end up being. Darvish getting pretty heavy exposure that I don't think he completely deserves. And, when Bryce Harper's 4K and Rhys Hoskins is 4,100, I just sort of have some interest. Not the best park for Bryce, but fantastic park for Rhys Hoskins. Fantastic park for Andrew McCutchen, 3,800 on DK. Really easy to get to. Pricing looks fantastic. How do you feel about the Phillies?
Yeah, I'm playing a good amount of Phillies actually as well. So I'm actually crossing off, I think, a couple stacks that are going to be over-owned. And the Philly will obviously not be one of them. But yeah, you're getting really good leverage on Darvish. He's kind of the perfect pitcher to stack against, at least based on what he's done this season. Like he's got 6 out of his 9 games, I said this morning, where he has 4+ walks. So it's not great for like you don't want your one-off to be walking 3 times, but for a stack, that's like your dream. Guys hitting on base, pitcher throwing a bunch of pitches, laboring through innings. Like he's done that a bunch of times this year, more often than not. So while he does have a bunch of strikeout upside, I get the play. I get why he's getting ownership because he has a name and he's at home and he's a favorite and it's bad hitting weather or whatever. But I'm more on the Philly side than I am getting close to being overweight on Darvish.
Yeah, I don't anticipate having any Darvish. I'm really excited. Sean V told me that the Phillies are a bad stack, so then now I know that I'm going to have a good night. I was also told that the Rockies were going to be a bad stack yesterday, and then Tom won $100,000 with them. So
no, he won $100,000, and he also won the $10 for another $50K.
Okay, he won $100K with the Rockies though.
$150K with the Rockies.
Oh, I didn't know he had it with the $50K as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah,
same lineup.
Cool.
And he had a 0 in there. So Daniel Murphy, goose egg.
It's a shame he played that atrocious stack.
Yeah. I can't believe he did that and then won all the money and just completely swept the site.
How could that happen? It doesn't make any sense.
Sometimes you got to play bad plays, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what it was. Tom's a fish. Tom's a fish. Yeah. What else are you looking at from a hitting perspective?
So I think the Rangers are pretty obvious. I don't know that we need to talk about them. I'm assuming both of us are on them. They're not coming in as grossly overowned or anything, and they've got one of the highest chances to be the top stack. In fact, the highest chance to be the top stack. Other stacks that I am looking at, I'm trying to fit in Houston, as I talked about with Adam this morning. It's really, really tough. Even if you go with like 2 of these 8K pitchers, like you're really scrambling to try to fit in 5 Astros. So I'm getting them more as 3 and 2 mans. And then Philly, we talked about. What are you doing with like Minnesota and LA? What are you doing with that game?
I'm going to have some Twins, although it wouldn't shock me if they tumble a little bit just because there's not a lot of leverage in that spot. Who else did you say? Twins and who?
Angels.
Similar story for the Angels. I have the Twins a bit ahead of the Angels as a team.
Okay.
So I'm interested in your Astros take. They are really hard to roster.
Yeah.
They're so expensive. Maybe if you get a little bit of Mike Leake in your life, you can get to them.
Let's see. I mean,
I'm not serious.
I actually got to 5% Astros stacks. That's a number I'm really comfortable with. That's actually a little over the field.
I like that.
The issue is when I'm scrolling through these, it's like you're getting 1 or 2, usually 2 of like Marisnik, Kemp, catcher spot with Chirinos or Tyler White. So that's the only issue with them. They're not going to project out that well because when you fit in 4 guys that are 5K or whatever, you just, unless there's a very obvious pitching mishap and there's like a 6K guy that is projected for 16 points, you're just not going to be able to get lineups that project out well. So while the ownership is way down for them, which I like, it's just really tough to fit in all the guys you want to fit in.
It's just 56, 56, 52. And it's just like, okay, I'm out of money.
Yep. Yeah, I tried to make a lineup quickly with the lineup builder on the strategy show this morning, and it did not go well. We had like 3,800 per player on DK left. We put in Peacock and a 5-man Astros, and we still needed an SP2 and 3 other position players.
That's brutal.
Yeah. So
Yeti Express wants me to man up and do the 100 pizza roll challenge. I just want it to be known right now. I would destroy 100 pizza rolls. This wouldn't even be a challenge. It would just happen. And I'll have you know that this seems like the perfect weekend for me to do it. The wife is out of town starting Wednesday until Monday. Maybe I'll carve out some time Saturday or Sunday. Tom, if you're listening, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to go live and just eat pizza bites on the stream. I don't know if that's going to be good for our brand or not.
Maybe you could do it on Friday night during our show.
Not a bad idea. Just sit down with a big plate of 100 of them and at 6 o'clock and see how quickly we get through them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if everybody wants to watch me chew for 20 minutes while we're actually providing content. Seems like it would be better on a day where like I don't have to do it.
That's true.
100. I'm not even worried about it. They'll just go away.
Dude, 100? That's. Do you know how many 100 is? Like,
yep, it's 100.
That's man. I'm trying to visualize that amount on a plate.
I've done 45 bagel bites, and that's way more mass than 100 pizza bites.
That is a lot. Yeah, I guess you could pop 2 or 3 of them, at once.
No, those things are like.
No. I'm talking about the pizza rolls.
Yeah. There's no way I would want to do that. Those things, well, at least not at the start.
Oh, they're so hot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's just like eating lava balls.
That's right. Yeah.
At the end, I'd be able to, go more than one at a time.
I never was a big, Tom says do it, just don't puke on her. I never was a big pizza roll guy, but the times I did, I quickly remembered why I didn't like eating them is because they burnt my tongue so violently where I couldn't taste for like 3 days after.
So instead of talking about me eating pizza rolls or pizza bites, let's talk about dongs.
Oh, favorite.
I do not think that I should eat these pizza bites on Friday's show, even though that's a good idea. But yeah, put the poll up. That's fine. Let's put the dong sheet up. Let's find out where we're at. I know that I didn't get one with Francisco Lindor, but he was damn impressive in that game on Sunday. 2 for 2 with a stolen base and stuff. Did Jose Ramirez or Moose Tacos get one?
I don't believe so. Didn't Lindor get one or no?
Oh, fuck! If he did, that'll be awesome.
No, he had 21 points, I think.
Oh, I know that he had like a fantastic DFS game,
but maybe it was stolen bases.
He did have at least one stolen base.
Then yeah, he couldn't. Oh, he could have. He could have had a homer, but
don't do this to me, man. I'm looking it up.
I just remember seeing someone line up at the top, some pro I was looking at today on the show, and I saw 21 DK next to Lindor.
He was 2 for 2 and had a stolen base at one point in time.
Oh,
now he went 2 for 5, 2 runs scored, and I don't know if he had at least one stolen base.
Okay, not bad.
That's approximately 3.12 pounds of pizza rolls. That's what I was just told here. That's fantastic,
dude. That is, man. There's no way I'm doing that ever, but. Feel free, knock yourself out.
I can't wait to do it now. Now I'm just excited. All right, so I've got 7 dongs. Emax got 7 dongs. Chris has 6. Jake, a lowly 4. Jake, you want to go first? I want to give you the full spread, just in case I take your guy.
The full spread, you say? Let's see who I got to a ton. Man, by the way, did you get to a ton of Ahmed Rosario? I got to a bunch of Mets. I guess we didn't really mention them, but
I don't anticipate that happening, but it's possible just because of Corbin's ownership, but I don't get the sense that happens at all.
Oh, it's not even Corbin's ownership. It's just they project well. There's a bunch of guys in that just have really, really solid value grades.
They're not going to be for me.
Okay. Your loss, I suppose. Let's see. I think I took this guy the other day. I won't take him again. You go if you got one.
Alrighty, I could do that. I'm going to head to the Yankees, but it's not Gary Sanchez.
Hicks.
It's not unavoidable. It's Aaron Hicks.
Yeah. Okay.
Aaron Hicks is 19th in the home run model today. So give me that dong, Aaron Hicks.
There you go. Nice chalk pick. I like it. So does that mean I just take Gallo then? Or no, I'm kidding. I won't take Gallo.
I didn't take the Yankee that is number 1 in my home run model.
Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just ahead of Joey Gallo. Apparently, Andrew Kashner has a propensity for giving up dongs.
Does he ever? I guess I'll take an Astro. Maybe this will force me to get more of them. I feel like I take an Astro every day. I will take. I'll take Carlos Correa.
Interesting. Okay, he's 35th in the home run model. I don't hate it though. It looks good.
Yeah.
And we got the Padres lineup just in case you didn't see that.
Okay. Did we get a rankings update, projections update?
You would know that better than I would. Didn't you talk trash on Aaron Hicks every game last year, Josh? Yeah, probably.
You did. You hated him.
Yeah.
Because
I was overpriced.
He wasn't. He was just.
He was like Max Muncy.
The pricing was just quick to react to him being a better player. He's another one the Twins had.
Yeah.
Another one that got away back in the day.
That's your fault. I blame you as the owner and GM.
Yeah, man. If I was the owner of that team, they'd probably have like 3 less wins this season.
Would you hire Henry Rowengartner as your manager?
Who's that?
You kind of look like him, actually, now that I think about it.
The rookie.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Took me a minute for that name to register.
Little Big League is the movie you're looking for, where he is the manager of the Twins.
Wait, he's in 2 baseball movies?
Yep.
Where he's
he breaks his arm in the other one and becomes a stud pitcher.
Right.
And then he is in Little Big League. Wait, no, I'm not right. He's just the pitcher in The Rookie. It's not him in Little Big League. It's what's that kid's name? I'm just wrong. You're right, I'm wrong. Little Big League. What is that kid's name? Luke Edwards. Yeah.
Luke Edwards. Okay, whoever's running the Osmo account, I got it. It just took me a minute to register the name. I know Henry Rowengartner. I've seen that movie multiple times when I was a kid, but
I just conflated both movies together in my head there. So, and one of them's actually good. Little Big League's good.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say, how do you make the same movie with a kid being in like a adult position in baseball with the same actor?
Let's talk ownership right now. We have, at least on DK, Mariners and Rangers are the chalk. Do you have a preference between those two teams? Because I have a pretty dramatic one.
Mariners and Rangers?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rangers.
Okay. My preference is the Mariners. We're going to have very different nights tonight, aren't we?
I'm actually, as of now, I plan on Xing out the Mariners for main stacks. So I'll get them as 2 and 3s.
But I understand that.
Yeah.
Wait. Why?
They are over-owned according to our top stack tool, unless it updated and there was a big update.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Why do you like the Mariners?
I'm going to end up having too much Mariners.
Why do you like them better?
Let me look at them next to each other. I mean, price is pretty much they're just so damn cheap. I see them as similar, and then basically everybody is like $500 cheaper than the opposite guy. Chu at $4,900, D Gordon at $4K, Danny Santana at $5K, which is insanity. Haniger $4,600. It's just easier to get to the Mariners.
Yeah, they're cheaper for sure, but they're also going up against a way, way better pitcher, in my opinion. So,
yeah, I'm gonna have so much minor on FanDuel, a lot less than I would expect on DK, which is gonna cause me to get Mariners on DraftKings, but not on FanDuel. I'll be decent on one site, I guess. Who knows which one it's gonna be?
Only takes one.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Can't pick them all, I guess, unless you're Alex or Tom or something.
Yeah, exactly. There's that caveat.
6:39. We still waiting on the Braves lineup? We are.
Yeah, that's the only one. So I'm going to start crunching. I don't know about you.
What do you think we're waiting on there?
Maybe I don't know. I was going to say East Coast team traveling west. Maybe they got there late or whatever, and I don't know how that actually works, but no one's hurt that I know of.
I mean, I'm just going to crunch it out anyway, mostly because it's the Braves in San Francisco, and I can't get them when they play in like pitchers park or hitters parks. So I don't get the sense that I'm going to get to a ton in the place I hate taking hitters the most.
Yeah. I figured. I think I told Adam today that you're going to have a bunch of Andrew Suarez. So you got to tell us where your exposure comes from him. Just hate the Braves so much. You have them being like still a 2015 version of the Braves.
That's me, Mr. Braves hater. Do you run 4-4s on DraftKings ever?
I have. I don't think I'm going to tonight.
Okay.
Why do you ask? That's a very specific question.
I just realized that like I hadn't done it for a while until like Sunday morning when I was doing my lineups, and I was just like, why the hell have I not been doing that as like another piece of like the aggregation, which then led me to thinking of a feature that I want to let Dave know that I want at Fantasy Cruncher. We should be able to create our plan of crunch. So instead of entering the amount of lineups that you want, clicking crunch, and then going in and setting it, you'd be able to say like, I want 75 5-3s and 75 5-2s and 75 5Xs and then 75 4-4s, and it'll just run everything instead of you having to go back and hop back in.
Right, but I believe someone does that. Someone optimizer does that, I think. Maybe not. But you should get Fantasy Cruncher anyways because they actually listen to their customers and they do have the best optimizer.
They certainly do.
Code live before lock will get you 50% off your first month of Osmo.com Premium. Yeah, I mean,
that's great work there. Great work on the Fantasy Cruncher channel. Okay, that was just
hosting these shows, man. Me and Adam, I got to be the host. I got to be the company, man.
I love it, man. I love it. It makes my job easier. we can both bounce back and forth. We've become ambidextrous hosts. So
yeah, and the NHL shows too. So I know how to give the people what they need to hear.
I love it. It makes me happy. We've grown so much as a channel since you and I started this off a little over a year ago.
No kidding.
Man, have you ever gone back and like watched any of our first shows? Or they've got to be atrocious, right?
Yeah, they're got to be so bad.
I've gone back and watched like my first couple YouTube shows that I did solo, and man, are they not good whatsoever?
No, but they shouldn't be.
I'm not mad about it or anything.
Yeah, you should think your shows now are great, and you'll probably look back in a year and be like, "What was I doing?" I think about that with DFS. I was just thinking about that the other day. Like when I got to the site and I first started using Cruncher, I was like the biggest fish. I would have like 60% of a stack, and just like not use randomness, and then not account for ownership in any way. Just like play the top projected stack. And I still was like a very profitable player last year. And now I feel like I'm like a 10 times better player just by this process.
Working at this company has really changed up the game for me from a DFS perspective.
Yeah. It's hard not to.
Yeah, and that probably sounds like we're like just trying to, pat our own backs, but like, I truly mean that. It's just different now.
Well, you spend enough time with smart people and people that are at the top of the industry. It's like, how can you not have some of that rub off on you?
It's true.
Yeah.
Josh hates on RG all the time, which is stupid. No RG, no Osmo. He always says RG isn't verified. That's stupid.
I was just doing that. Should we? Yeah. Well, we could. Well, I'll just leave it.
Of course I do.
We could move on.
I'll continue to bury them. That's a bridge I'll happily burn. I'm a company man. I'm a company man.
Anyways,
Jake's not. Jake loves them.
No, yeah, that's it. I'm sure they have some good stuff.
I guess. Whatever. We've got better stuff.
I agree.
You can get that stuff for 50% off with the promo code live before lock. One big word. Any monthly package you choose, including packages with Fantasy Cruncher.
Man,
we're getting those plugs in today, man. Like I love it.
You're just going back and forth.
So what are you doing today that is most off the beaten path?
It's not most off the beaten path, but a lot of times I don't get a pitcher this heavily exposed. Paddock, I think, just making a very big stand on him compared to Corbin, and your Yankee stack also. Like I'm going very heavy on them, and they're going to be heavily owned. But just because they're chalk doesn't mean they're bad chalk. They are what Alex would consider, if I'm using deductive reasoning from these numbers, they're good chalk. whereas that's not always the case. Like, I'm intentionally playing a lot more Yankees than I am Mariners main stacks because of the difference in
I think that's smart.
Versus their ownership share.
Braves lineup is out. Albie's up to the 2-hole.
That's change projections.
But I'm with you there for Yankees. I like that move. I'm a fan. I expect to have them. I'm really anxious to put my crunches in. I was gonna go back and re-crunch, and I probably should, but I don't get the sense that I'm gonna have all that much Atlanta. So I'd rather just hot swap out anybody that came out.
I'm gonna see if I'm getting Atlanta at all. Yeah, I got 5% on 450 lineup, so I'm gonna redo this.
I know that I won't get that, so
yeah, I'm gonna if we don't have rankings and ownership updated in the next 5 minutes, then I'll just leave it and just continue my 450 crunch. But I gotta wait that out, I guess.
Your 450 crunch?
What do you mean?
That's so that was lineups, correct? 450 is how many lineups you're crunching out?
Yeah. What did you think it was?
Oh, nothing. That's a big number.
450? Don't you crunch out 400 plus?
300 and change. 350. Somewhere in that
neighborhood. Oh, okay. I've been doing 600.
Well, yeah, you've been playing. You're like mini Osimo right now.
That's the goal. Well, until I can't play these low dollar tournaments anymore.
Do you know when you're getting cut off?
I don't. Is there a way to check that?
I have no idea. Probably.
I don't see it on the site. I've looked for that before. I guess I'd probably just have to email them and say, yo, when am I reaching my millionth dollar of earnings? I would imagine I'm still a good ways away from it.
Yeah, I know that I'm nowhere near it.
Yeah.
I wasn't much of a DraftKings player for the longest time.
Yeah. Because Adam just reached it, right? And he was a pretty good volume player for these last couple of years, last probably 3 or 4 years, right? So
I don't know how long it's been for him.
Yeah. I would imagine I've got some work to do in that category.
I've got my FanDuel crunch done.
Let's hear it.
I'm scared to put it in here. Where's Crunch FD? Crunch FD. All right. FanDuel Crunch is in. And the refresh is happening right now. I'm pretty nervous. I'm really nervous to see how much Mike Minor is about to show up. Because I think it's going to be a lot.
It's a quality play on FanDuel. I think just for leverage, I would imagine. So I'm not playing on FanDuel tonight, but I would imagine they are super chalky because I'm sure there's some misprices in there somewhere. And yeah.
Alrighty. Pitcher exposures on FanDuel. Corbin, 22. Paddock, 19. Luke Weaver, 9. Mike Minor, 14. Brad Peacock, 27. Top stack, Yankees, Mariners, Rangers, but half the field. I'm double the field on the Twins, double the field on the Cubs. I can work with
that. Double the field on did you say the Rangers?
Half the field of the Rangers.
Double the field on the Cubs. Yeah. Okay.
I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, we haven't really talked much about the Cubs. Caratini batting cleanup is interesting, but he's up to 3,100 on FanDuel. Schwarber, probably one of the better values on all sites. Yeah, 2,700.
I got the 25% Schwarber there.
Yeah, he's going to be one of my higher owned guys, I would think. $13 on Yahoo. There's a few guys like that on Yahoo that are just crazy cheap. D. Gordon's leading off with a 5 total at $11 on Yahoo. So not short on value over there.
Peace to you too, Tim Peterson. Peace to you too.
Why? What do we do?
Membership's not worth the money. You've all been warned.
I mean, maybe it's not for everyone. I don't know, but I feel like overwhelmingly our subscribers are very happy with what we provide.
So do I. DraftKings Crunch done. You ready?
Yep.
31% Pat Corbin. 7% Mike Minor. 54% Chris Paddock. I'm Team Jake today, baby.
That's a number. That's a nice number. That's
Yeah.
what I like to.
17% Soroka, 27% Peacock, 3% Darvish, which makes me happy. 25% Luke Weaver, I didn't expect. 17% Hap, 7% Arrieta, and 11% Andrew Suarez. I did not get to a single Mike Leake lineup. Thank God.
Wow. So for all that leak talk, man, we wasted a bunch of time there. I think that's good that you didn't get to leak, though. I think it's good for your mental well-being.
I have 1/3 of the public on the Rangers right now. Top stack, Mariners and Phillies. So I called that Phillies one. And then Twins are third. Go Jakes.
Go Jakes. I think I am crossing them off for main stacks as well, which is terrifying because they've been so good.
Are you even allowed to take them? Isn't that like some Pete Rose type stuff?
The Twins, yeah, because I own them or whatever. Yeah, I am allowed to take them. They actually made me a good amount of money on Friday, or maybe it was Saturday night. Yeah, whatever night they scored like 17 runs. They were my highest exposed stack.
Wow, we're gonna get this. Like, I'm gonna have all my lineups in with a ton of time to spare. So we're gonna build one after I submit these. That works for you.
Yeah, that works.
I'm just grabbing my templates right now and uploading. So, anything jumping out from your crunches that you didn't expect?
So I'm like kind of stalling, waiting to see if we're gonna get a projections update. Wait, did we? Do we have? Because
yeah, they just 646 is the most recent update.
Was that after the Braves was in?
That I couldn't tell you.
Whatever. I'm just gonna paste that into my sheet here and start getting after it.
Get it.
Right.
I'm grabbing my final crunch. I should probably update the ownership before I do this, but probably not a bad idea to get legitimate placeholders in.
Yeah, that's usually a good thing.
Yeah. I forget so often. It's ridiculous.
I, knock on wood, have not forgotten, I think, in a calendar year.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
No, not a calendar year. I did once last summer. I was going to play a showdown slate for MLB just on a random Sunday night. And I went to like maybe go work out or something. Or I left my house, had my crunch ready, and came back there. I checked my lineups where I was at, wherever I was. And then I saw just one little green circle on DK. I was like, man, that is the worst feeling ever. Just threw it. It was probably like $100, but
okay, that could have been worse.
I was pissed. Yeah, how can you not be?
I assume you didn't. It didn't like luck cash.
I don't even know. I don't even know if I had real players in.
Oh, it was that bad.
Yeah, I think I just clicked boom, 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 and just.
Have you changed that at all by any chance? That's a good thing to talk about. By any chance, do you put in like what could be a legitimate lineup each morning?
No, that's something really stupid that I do, actually.
I'm the same way. I put garbage in, and it would take an extra 10 seconds to put something in that could at least be functional.
Right. So right now, we're 10 minutes away from lock or whatever. And my lineup has, let's see, upcoming is loading. Alex Colome, Juan Minea, I'm assuming, A. Jackson, some catcher, Tyler Wade, Christian Villanueva, Nelson Cruz, who's out. I've got all these guys with red all over them. So that's something really dumb that I should fix. I just need to make a habit because it's stupid. There's no reason besides me being lazy that I need to do that. So whatever.
You want to build a DraftKings lineup?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's start with pitching.
Okay.
I assume we want to start with Paddock since we're both pretty heavy on him.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So Paddock is in. We need to find a partner. Do we want to leave SP2 open for now, or do we want to try to force that in?
Yeah, let's just see what comes of it.
Okay.
As we start with our stack.
So the two teams that I'm most over on at the top were Phillies and Twins. Do either of those things stand out to you as something you would want to explore?
Phillies.
That'll work for me.
Yeah.
We're going to look to a 5-man Phillies stack.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I like it.
So do I. Let's go ahead and grab the Phillies. Okay, so I assume we definitely want Bryce at 4K.
Yes, I would enjoy Bryce in there.
Hoskins.
Other guys, I just went to the Nationals lineup to look. I still think Bryce is on the Nats. Probably want Rhys Hoskins at 41, and then I think JT Real Muto at 37. Those are probably my.
I like McCutchen at 38.
Yep. So let's just take the best players. We can just go 1 through 5 and see what happens.
Do we want Segura at 4,300? He grades out as a C points and D value.
Maybe not then. Let's leave that open.
Do we want to leave the fifth? Because we have a shortstop, a second baseman, a third baseman, and an outfielder left from the Philly lineup. So I think that we can grab some other people first and then see where we end up.
Yeah, that's perfect. Let's do that.
Do you want to go 5-3, or are you more of a 3-1-offs guy?
Do we have a 5-man now? You said
we have a 4-man stack in now. We'll finish it off as a 5. But do you have a preference for what you do with the other 3?
Let's do a 2-man elsewhere.
Okay.
And then see if we're going to go 4-3 or 4-4, 5-3 or whatever.
All right. So if we want to do a 2-man, do you want to go? I think we should put our second SP2 in so we figure out how much money we have for the rest of our hitters now that we have the Phillies stack in.
Okay. So we've got a bunch of leverage. We can go pretty chalky.
You want to go Weaver? Weaver? Is that the play?
Yeah, that's fine.
I love it. You and me on Weaver.
This line will.
Okay, so we have 16,400 remaining for 4 spots. We have a $4,100 average across these final 4. Where do we want to go for the 2-man stack?
Well, how much money did you say we had?
4,100. I would have said let's go check out the Astros, but I think we're probably going to get priced out of that one.
Yeah, we could go White Kemp 2-man.
Yeah, I don't think we need that one in our lives.
No, I'm kidding. We could go. We could take someone from the Texas game. Like we could go Mazzara, Odor. Would that work? We have second base open, right?
We do have second base open, so let's take a look at that. Let's find the Rangers here.
Or is Drupal at 38?
Well, getting Odor, I think, would probably be smart. He's an A points B value, covers second base. He's only $200 above that average price, so I think that's helpful. We have third base, shortstop, outfield open right now. I'm not going to be getting a shortstop from the Rangers.
Right.
Don't have one. So it's either Asdrubal Cabrera or Mazzara, I think would be the best options.
Don't we have... We can do a 2-man, no?
We already have Odor in.
Oh, okay.
We could do a 3-man, honestly, with Mazzara and Asdrubal Cabrera.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay. So that means we have we need a $4,200 shortstop, and Segura is $4,300.
Gross. Shortstop,
Rosario. Do you have any interest in dropping from Weaver to Hap?
Yeah, we could do that and put Segura in. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. Weaver BB rating, Hap CC. So we have $400 left over and a 2.8 GPA.
That's not bad.
I don't hate it.
No.
I don't hate it at all. I mean, Segura is really the black. Segura and Hap are the 2 black marks in that lineup. So if we can somehow fix that.
Yeah, but in the context of a stack, like you're not going to play the best. Like if you play the best values of a stack, then you're going to get duped.
Absolutely true.
You only play the best values.
Well, I would have looked to get to Herrera in some way just to get that stack a little bit higher, but no, I don't. I mean, 5-man Philly stack looks great. I love the Odor, Cabrera, Mazzara piece. All 3 of those guys not really picking up that much ownership. It's a relatively chalky lineup, but I wouldn't expect someone else to have it, especially going to Hap.
Yeah. All right, I'm sorting my lineups by ownership now. I'm trying a new way. cutting out some of these super chalky ones that I'm going to have.
We just got an ownership update, by the way.
Oh,
do you know if
fun.
anybody came out of that Braves lineup?
I don't.
I didn't update it. Now I want to see it. Now that we have 5 minutes left. Now I need to just make sure that I don't have to swap somebody out, because I just realized that I didn't even go back to look. Acuna, Swanson. Okay, so Swanson's not in the lineup, and I do have him on DraftKings. Do I have him on FanDuel?
I think FC updated their lineups.
Well, so. I'm just gonna quick replace off of Swanson.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm not gonna go back up. I mean, I don't care enough about Dansby Swanson to worry about this too much.
Why? He's been a stud lately.
I'm a fan, but like, I don't really have many other options. So let's see. I need a $3,300 shortstop on FanDuel. Danny Santana, come on down. I did it again. Every single time. FanDuel, I'm begging you. Change the button that you click on to let you keep replacing people, because it's the opposite. It's not as intuitive to want to click that text. And I forget every time. And I play your site every day and still don't learn my lesson.
So I only got 52% Paddock. How about that?
So why do you hate Paddock so much?
That's a great question.
What did he do to you? Who hurt you, Jake?
No, he didn't do anything. So maybe he came down in the projections. I didn't check. I have no way of looking at old ones because they just override. But I mean, 52 is still a good number. I don't think I'm getting to a lot of Corbin. Yeah, I only got 5 Corbin shares out of 150. Darvish, I got 35% of, but Philly's also my number 2 stack. So there's that.
Dude, that is a lot of Darvish.
Mm-hmm.
You cool with that?
No. But what I got. I hate Darvish, but there is strikeout upside, I guess. Shift sells up. Yeah, we're going to shift sells up. It's not great, but no one is on this slate.
All right, so what's your top exposures?
Paddock, Peacock, Darvish, Weaver, Happ, Arrieta, and then everyone else is below 3%.
Okay. Yeah, I ended up with more Paddock than you. I didn't see that one coming.
Neither did I.
Kudos though for coming in under and just being a Chris Paddock hater today.
I'm not coming in under. Let's get that clear.
Coming in under me.
Oh.
I'm the pace car in this.
Are you?
I don't know. You had 52. I have 54.
I guess I'll see you at the top then.
I hope so. I hope our Chris Paddock, Luke Weaver lineups go well.
Yeah, just need like a 1-0 game there. Both guys go like 7 or 8 innings. Did
you get any Suarez?
Suarez, I got 3%.
Okay.
4 out of 150 for Suarez.
Okay.
You know, another thing I noticed about Alex, I know it's a little off topic, but we're basically at lock right now.
Yeah, you're good.
He's running like the same 150 throughout different tournaments. I don't know if he just did that yesterday or what. But I think I remember last year he didn't have the same 150 a lot of the time. Like he would crunch out another 150 or he would use more than 300 lineups or whatever.
Yeah, I would have assumed he was doing that too.
Yeah, I know Tom has always done that, like same 150, or he usually does that.
Yeah.
Between the different tournaments, if it's a $55 and a $10, he'll use the same 150. But I did see Alex doing that yesterday.
Interesting. Something I'll have to look into. We are locked?
No, we are locked.
Too early.
No, we're locked.
I'm going to win some money tonight. I'm feeling good.
All right. I hope you do.
Hopefully tonight's the night for the mini-max. Got to happen eventually.
Go Mets is my thing. Highest stacks were
not
Texas, Yankees, Phillies, Mets, and then everyone else below 5.
Go Phillies. Can we agree on that one?
Oh, yeah. Go Phillies for sure. Go Yankees. It's going to be a good one.
I'm almost 3 times the field the Phillies on DraftKings.
What are they at?
50% total. I don't know what the aggregate is. I haven't refreshed it.
So they are ownership.
If they're at 6.25, and
Mhm.
I'm probably at like 17.
I'm at 15, so I'm right there with you. And we should have just shared each other's CSVs and just colluded or something.
Well, we already do that, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody knows.
We just play 150 and take all the money. We're what's the quote? Hold on, I gotta figure this out.
Just play 150. It's easy. I just like to challenge myself. That's my favorite argument.
Well, I mean, me personally, I don't want to be greedy, so I give all of my winnings to help the poor.
Was that a real thing someone said?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shit, my money's dripping of greed, but he's got to make that money to eat his sushi and his steak, you know?
Yeah, I saw that one today. Oh, that was a good response.
Craziness. Never thought I would run into a moral dilemma of how many lineups I should put in.
Yeah, I dare you. Fill up tournaments.
Alrighty, everybody. Live Before Locks, the promo code 50% off your first month with us. Thank you guys for joining us. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel on your way out the door. I will be back in the morning with Lofty to break down the Tuesday slate. Jake, you got anything to plug? Anything interesting in hockey? Or my Carolina Hurricanes are done, aren't they?
Yeah, man. They got the brooms last week. No hockey tonight. Game 6 tomorrow. So showdown projections will be up probably early in the morning. No, it's just pretty much baseball from here on out. Of course, we watch a lot of hockey, but there's just not much to talk about or do DFS with.
Game 6, what's that series?
It is 3-2 Blues. They won 5-0 yesterday in San Jose, so they can close it out at home.
So Blues Bruins would be fun, right? It's Bruins, right?
Yeah.
That's good for like classic hockey, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Blues are fun. I think the Sharks are fun too, but I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. Boston probably going to win another championship.
I assume you hate the Bruins.
I don't hate anyone. That's the thing. Like, I started watching hockey because I played DFS. Okay. So like, I just like players and just like watching players.
It's the way to do it. It's the way to do it.
It's so much better than listening to my Wild Friend fans complain about something they did in the second period of a game 42.
Well, you just got to buy the hockey team now. You already have a baseball team in Minnesota.
Maybe if I would have entered this garbage $6, maybe then I could bank $100K and be like a 20th of the way there.
There you go. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. I'll start procuring my pizza bites for this weekend. So just in case anybody wants to see me be gluttonous for, 15 minutes. Cross your fingers. Good luck, everybody. We're out of here.